You know, as children or as young people, when we're a bit younger, like when you're in primary school, in secondary school, in college and things like that, even in uni, you are always going in and out of school, right? So you always have a peer group or classmates that you're able to form friendships with, form bonds with, and be able to maintain it. Because the majority of the time of the week you're spending that time with them because you're going to school most of the time, five days in a week. Okay, so it's much more easier for us to form and create like long-term friendships with people. Now, when you leave school, okay, and you are either after university or maybe in uni or something like that, when you just get to the real life of adulthood, when you enter the life of adulthood and responsibilities hit you, and you got like families, you got work, you got different things you want to do, as an adult, it makes it harder for that same kind of bond to kind of like stick. It makes it harder for the friendships that you form through school and stuff like that for you to continue that same friendship. Sometimes it even breaks apart, or sometimes you have the friends but it's not the same as it was before. And that's basically what we're going to be talking about in this episode today. How do you maintain friendships as an adult, and how do you even make new friends as an adult? So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So hello guys, welcome to StudentOfLife podcast with your host Akosua Pepper. Thank you very much for being here. And as I already explained, we're going to be talking about how to maintain friendships as an adult, or how to make new friends as an adult. Okay, so I'm gonna get straight into it. The first thing I believe it has also helped me is open up your mind and keep that mind open. Okay, most of the times it's not that you can't make friends or you don't have friends or you don't, no. Most of the time people tend to have an image of who they want to be their friend. They tend to feel like, I only want these type of people as my friends. I want to be friends with people like this, like how I see people on social media. I need my friends to dress like this only to be friends with them. Like a whole lot of I want people that do this kind of job to only be friends with them. Like they have this standard of like in their head whether they just box people in. And if you're not in that box, they don't want to be friends with you. But sometimes you will actually realize that you're missing out on a lot of great people. Everybody that you're friends with does not have to believe in the same things you believe in. Just because you're Christian does not mean you have to be friends with Christians only. Just because you're Muslim does not mean you have to be friends with Muslims only. Just because you do not believe in this thing and you don't like this does not mean that all your friends also doesn't have to not like it and have to not believe in it. That is like one thing I think stops a lot of people from actually making friends with people. Because they always feel like, oh my god, yeah, she behaves like this, so yeah, no. She dresses like this, so no. And it's like, when you get to actually know somebody, that's when you really see like who they are really inside, how they think, what's their thought. But if there's judging from what you see or like what you just look at from the outside, you're gonna miss out on a lot of some great people out there. Open up your mind to people. Do not close off or close yourself because you just have this image and this is what you want and that's it. Let people prove to you why they deserve to be your friend first. That's what I do. I'm very open to people. Now, I'm very open to everyone. I talk to everybody that speaks. I will have a conversation with you. I will talk to you. I will be very, whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about it. I don't care if I believe in it, if I don't like it, whatever it is. We can have a conversation because I want to see how you are and how you interact and your beliefs and how you think and your mindset. Okay, so I'm open to any kind of conversations. Now, if I see that you're this type of person that I really kind of resonate myself because you're toxic, you're negative, the way you think is completely really like negative, it's bad. Me associating myself as this person or, the way they think or the way they maneuver, it's not going to help. It's going to bring, toxicity into my life. That's when I then know is that, nah, I don't want you as a friend. I don't even want to conversate with you. So allow people to prove themselves. Do not close yourself up and keep that mind open. Okay, keep your mind open. That's the first thing I think is really important to making friends as an adult, and how to maintain also friends when you also get them. Okay, I have one of my friends here who is very bad at timing. And she knows herself. If she's gonna watch, she's gonna listen to this, and she knows herself. She knows who she is. She's so bad at timing. This girl takes like 20 hours to do one thing. I'm a more time conscious person, okay? I'm not saying I'm always perfect on time all the time, but I try to always, I don't like people waiting for me. I don't like, taking up so much time on things like that. I don't like it. but she's completely opposite. But that's something I'm gonna stop being friends with because she's really bad at timing, and I don't like that. I just speak to her and I let her know like, yo, no. And sometimes I tell her that sometimes if I'm gonna meet her, we're gonna meet at 12. I'll tell her I'm getting there for 10 so that she can hurry her ass up. So if she's late, she's still on time. And these are just like some of the like examples. Like sometimes it's about patience and just like learning how to be around people, learning how to coexist with people, and that people don't have to always do exactly what you want all the time for you to be friends and to maintain that friendship with them. Okay, and I think it's just like respect and just like valuing people for more than what you just like for that one thing maybe they're not good at. But look at the other thing, the other great things that they're really good, that they've helped you with, or that they bring to the table. But a lot of the time, I think people don't really think about those things. Just think of, oh, just one thing, or this person is like this, and then that's it. They don't want to make friends with people. They don't want to talk to that person anymore. They don't want to be. No. I allow people to prove themselves. I allow people to show you who they are and why they need to be in your life, and take that and then accept them wherever you let them go. Next thing I would say, number 2, is accept the invitation. And once I accept the invitation, it's quite similar to like opening up your mind, but it's different as in, when you do, open up your mind and you're talking to different people and you're becoming, closer, you begin to know people and they invite you out, they want to get to know you more as well. They also want to, form a better, more stronger bond. Accept it. Stop looking at that thing as if somebody's trying to, get to know you, or trying to, get into your business too much. Me, I'm a very private person. And that's something I've always been throughout my life that's kind of like hindered me from making friends, is because I'm so private that I am very cautious about everything I say to people. So I don't want to invite you in too much where you know too much of my business. So it's like I keep people like as like a hand away kind of thing. Like, yeah, you're my friend, but you're over here. And that's something that, because I do that, I always look at it like, no, I must have just not have friends then, because if I have all these trust issues, I don't want to talk to people, and I don't want to open up to people, what's the point of me even having friends? But what I had to learn is that, no, you can still be friends with people, accept the invitation as friends, and be friends with them, open up to them, let them open up to you, listen to them, be cordial, get to know them, but they don't have to know everything about you in order for you guys to create that bond. You don't have to tell them all your secrets, you don't have to tell them everything you're doing in life for them to, be your friend. Another thing is that most of the times when people give us invitations to be their friends, we're just thinking of like, why don't my friend? And this happens to anybody who has really, really high trust issues, and I'm one of them. This is something that hindered me from really creating proper bonds with people. Like, somebody who's very wary and very cautious of things, and I'm just very much of like, I ask a lot of questions, I think deep into stuff before I just move. So even with like friends and stuff, I always think deep, like, why do you want to be my friend? Like, what's your motive? And I have to learn to stop doing that. Sometimes you can be friends with people just for the sake of being friends with people, because they want to be your friend because they like you. They like your energy, they like the way you are. They want to get to know you more, they want to vibe with you. It doesn't always mean that somebody wants to go know you or your deep secrets and they want to use against you. And that tends to happen because of the things I've been through in my past. I've been through a lot of things in my family that I always looked at it like, well, if my family can do this to me, what if somebody else that dies living family? And I had to really like heal myself from that trauma to come off that, to where now I'm at a point where I am able to be cool with people, be friends with people, even call people my friends without feeling this anxiety of why. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know anybody who has trust issues or been through something knows exactly what I'm talking about. And it's really important, anybody out there who has trust issues or has something that I had before, I'm going to urge you to really heal that part of you and to come out of that. You don't have to trust everybody in one go, but start making start taking a chance upon yourself and upon other people to be more open and have more of an open mind, and accept those invitations without thinking of that everybody has something against you, everybody's out to get you, or everyone has an agenda. Some of those agendas can be really, really positive, really, really great, but you're missing out on it because you're always thinking of like the worst of people. And it's not your fault, okay? I've been through it, so I know it's not your fault. It's because of the things you've been through, all the scars that you have. So you're always very weary. But trust me, that only hinders you. It does not help you to grow. And I had to learn that. And it took me time. But if I've overcome it, that means you can as well. And I really encourage you to take on the responsibilities of like really coming out of that. okay? Because it's a really big step when it comes to making friends and accepting friendship invitations and to moving along and creating really good bonds with people. The third tip I will give for making new friends, making friends as an adult is you have to find places to go. You can't sit in your house and say, I want to make friends. This is actually something I really want to start doing next year. Okay, this is one of my things I put on my bucket list to do more next year. Go to places that you really love. If you love to play tennis, start doing some tennis on the weekend. If you like to, paint and do drawings and stuff, find places where you can go, like they do live drawings and things like that. If you like to play sports, go to football, on Saturdays, go to places that you like, and then you'll be able to meet other people that like the same thing as you do. And there you'll be able to make bonds with people, create bonds with people, and make new friends and talk to people and just happen. You never know where those friendships can go. But if you just sit in your house and you don't do anything, you're screaming every single day, I want new friends, babes, it's not gonna come to you. Do not just go and stand in the corner, but instead go with an open mind and go to socialize with people, okay? And now if you are somebody who's had social anxiety and you do not know how to be friends and how to talk to people, you will have to literally work on that, okay? Me, I'm an introverted person. Anybody who knows me, that's known me for a long time, tell you, I could say it's very introverted, but I have a side of me that's also quite social. So I can go to play. If you leave me, I'll stay in my room and in my house all day. I will not step outside of my house unless I have to. You will not see me going to places that are super crowded unless I have to be there. I am very aware of the place I go to. I'm very aware of my surroundings. So for me to even go to a place or be around a lot of people, it takes me a lot of time. It takes a lot of me. And for me to also get invitations and go to places and bond, it takes a lot for me to do that, okay? But with that, when people do come to me or when I do go to places, I try my possible best to just speak to people and speak to me. You never know where that can take you or who you end up in a conversation with and where that can go. And that's something I had to learn as well. It's really helped me, because I was the person I'm super observant, but I don't talk a lot. So if I go to a place I don't know anyone, maybe I know only one person or something, I really will sit down in a corner and really just sit there when somebody comes to speak to me. I'm not talking, but I'll be observing everything that's happening around me, and I'll just be there, and I'll just be there. I have to be very super comfortable around the people, around wherever I am, for me to then show my real self. Do you get what I mean? Where I'm more social. Or else you will literally see me as an introvert in the corner. You will not really know my social side. But I'm really a sociable introvert. And that is something I have to really step into and really understand. It's okay to have a balance. You have to have a balance in this world. You cannot be one way. You cannot decide that this is how I am, so I'm just stuck in this place and that's exactly how I'm going to be all the time. You have to grow. You have to allow yourself to, come out of certain things that's not good for you, that will not help you. If you don't know how to talk to people, if you don't want to, socialize with people, you do not want to, make new friends, you don't want to open up to people, you don't have an open mind, you'll be stuck in one way and you will always be in one section. And as I've used myself as an example here throughout this, this episode, to show you guys that I have been this person where I don't have a lot of friends. I've been very unsocial. I've been where I don't talk to people. I've been somebody who's just very, no kind of thing, because I've had trust issues. I've had to understand that these things, and if I don't work on them and I don't find ways to actually come out of it, I will really just be the loner that I've always been but it's not always good to be that way. There's a good side of being a loner, which I still attain, where I stay in my house and I mind my business and I don't go out of my way to create friends that are necessary. I really make friends intentionally and with purpose. And I'm very careful and very selective of the people I choose as friends. But I'm also not going to allow that, trust issues and everything I've been through in life to hinder me. Another thing I'll say is find ways to also, when you make friends, find ways to maintain the friendship as well. You don't have to speak to people every single day for them to remain your friend. There's no one friend yet. I don't have any friend I can tell I speak to them every single day. And no one is offended. I'm not a person to sit on the phone with you for 2-3 hours speaking. I don't know how to do that. I only have one friend that I literally deal with, and that's because we don't speak all the time. So I speak to him literally like we'll text, yeah, like maybe like once every 2 weeks. But we schedule like monthly, like I'll say like every 2 to 3 months, we have deep catch-ups. Well, like we can sit on the phone for like literally an hour to 2 hours. They just catch up on life, like what I'm doing, what he's doing, what's going on, advice, perspective, really answering each other's questions. Like we go through a lot. And that can take like 2 hours on the phone, okay? And I leave that conversation every single time learning something, yeah, and I've given something as well. So we both learn from our conversations, and we will also be able to like just move forward within life so much greater, because I'm able to give my perspective on certain things he's doing, because he gives perspective on certain things I'm doing, and that is very healthy. And we've been doing that for a long time. I have other friends that I speak to maybe like once a week, and so I have one of my friends who like we streak each other all the time, but I don't speak to her every single day. But that's my girl, like, yeah. And we don't speak to each other on the phone. I don't see her on the phone with her for 25 hours speaking. I don't call her every single day. She doesn't call me every single day. But she can always text me when she needs something. I can always text her when I need something. I always be replying back to her stories and always call also or to her streaks. She does the same thing for me. And we have a very crazy tight bond. And that's how we connect and we stay maintaining. Even if we want to speak on the phone like every single day, to like know exactly what's happening to us life every single day. And that is basically how you maintain friendships as well. You have to make the time. You have to find ways that might work for everybody. One of my friends, you know, we schedule calls in. The other one, I do streaks with her. We reply to each of us stories. We are really like, we banter all the time through Snapchat. Like, Snapchat's one of our ways of like always staying maintained. Before I see her, that's like our way of maintaining our friendship. Different things work for different people. Have to go on dates with their friends. I have to wait for them. They go on a date every single week, every single 2 weeks. Find ways with your friendship that works for you guys to always maintain. Stop boys who could being in friends here for 2 months and you've broken up. Like, yo, no. If every single 2 months you have new friends, that is not real. That is not real. That is not real. I said that 3 times. This is not real. You need to like find ways to maintain your friendship. Now, if you are doing your part, the other person isn't cutting and you're not trying to do their part, it's okay to just let them do them. Let them do them. Doesn't mean you have to cut them off completely, or like, you know, sometimes like they don't want to talk right now. It's okay. It doesn't mean you have to be enemies. Let people prove themselves to you. Let people show you who they are. And if you see that this person is really toxic or really not good for my life, that's when you cut them off. Otherwise, do not be so quick to just be, because somebody didn't do something you wanted, or the way you wanted it is just like bye-bye. Nah, stop being fucking toxic. Some of you are toxic as well. Stop being like that and be an adult. Be mature. Have conversations. Now, if you see that this person is not trying to have a conversation with you, they're not trying to, you know, have a civilized conversation, have a communication, like communicate as adults, that's when, you know, you be like bye-bye, because I don't have time to argue with you. I'm not fucking 12 years old, okay? Then you have, you know, the right to click the block buttons and things. But don't be so quick to click it just for the sake of clicking it, because you just want to act like this is your world and everyone has to abide by your rules. No. So that's some of you guys' problem as well. You just want everyone to abide by your rules. You want everyone to like live the life that you want them to live. If they don't live exactly how you want them to live it, you are like bye-bye. It doesn't work like that. Until they are toxic to you and they are negative towards you and it is not healthy for you to be in that friendship, that is when you leave and you exit. Apart from that, don't be so quick to like let go of friends and friendships groups, yeah, if just because of one thing or one small thing. Maintain the friendship that you have the best and healthiest way you can. Okay, I hope that, you know, everything I just said now was very clear, and everything, you know, you guys like enjoy this episode as well. Please do not forget to turn on notifications if you're listening to me on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to me from. Turn on notifications so that you do not miss another episode when it drops. And if you're watching me on YouTube, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button so that you are able to follow through. Every single time you drop a new episode, you're able to get that alert, okay? So thank you very much, guys. I'm really super grateful for staying all the way to the end with me. Thank you, and I'll see you guys very soon.